Very good afternoon. I think we have got a very sparse audience here, but still, I think your enthusiasm will help us to move forward in this presentation. And I am sure the guys who are standing around also will lend a ear to ear because we have something interesting we want to share with you. So I represent Himalaya Wellness Company. I take care of the IT portfolio for global, both India as well as the other hubs. And today we are here to share with you some of our experiences with retail, setting up our retail function. So as you know, Himalaya is a FMCG company, plus pharma, plus animal health, baby care, all of these segments we operate in. While that is the main turnover is across all the other formats like general trade, modern trade, e-commerce and all that. But retail is also very close to our heart because it is one place where we get our customers to experience in person all the entire range of the products. We'll touch upon that as we move along in this presentation. So I request you to please lend a ear. And of course, I have Sabhari here from Wondersoft who helped us to get through this journey and still going strong. This relationship between Wondersoft and Himalaya is still going strong. And let me share with you some of the insights. So Himalaya has exclusive brand outlets. How many of you visited? I don't know. Show of hands. Fantastic. Absolutely almost everyone sitting here. So I think I don't need to really introduce too much. But then this is an exclusive brand outlets. So how many stores we have? We have currently 723 stores across India, and we have few stores outside India also. 314 cities across India, pan-India presence. And the one that we are seeing in this screen is our campus outlet, which is there in our head office in Markley, Bangalore. So we have been there since 1930, but the retail story started somewhere around 2000, I believe. So what is the real objective of this retail store from a brand objective? You will observe that I am not talking about sales in this. I'm not talking about selling products, but I'm talking about the other more core objectives from a brand perspective, experiential shopping, access to the entire range of products. If you go to any other format of channel of sale, it will be exclusively for that channel. Animal health products selling somewhere in the modern trade facility, some personal care products selling. But this is one place, retail store, where you can find all the entire gamut of products of Himalaya Wellness Company. It's an experiential center. There are consultations also available in many of these stores, and you can see and try, you can see the products, you can learn about the products. There are in-house sales representatives who will talk about the products, answer your queries, and so on and so forth. So there are two types of stores that we have. One is the full range stores, and one we have exclusively for the baby care. So if somebody has gone to some of these hospitals like Apollo, Cradle and all that, so most of the baby care or the pediatric kind of hospitals which are there have an exclusive baby care store. So you will find those products exclusively for baby care in those stores. So we have a company-owned, company-operated model and also a franchisee model. Both models are there, but predominantly it's company-owned, company-operated is the model that we prefer to work with. So as far as the channels are concerned, of course the in-store is the default, but we do have D2C also. We also have marketplace integration to our retail store. So the retail store not only services the walk-in customers, but also orders which are coming online or from the marketplace. And we also have added recently quick commerce also into this format. So as you can see, we want to be servicing the customers from wherever they come from, whichever mode they come into our system, we would like to service them. And so what the story of how we moved into this phygital or the evolving the retail operations. We already have a lot of products, as I said, a lot of complex range of products. And we had about 350 physical stores at the point when we engaged with Wondersoft. At that point, we had stores which were like just now in the previous discussion, they said end of the day kind of data being transferred. And then, it's not real time. Once at this point, we thought that we need to look at moving forward. So what was the innovation bottleneck? Legacy POS could not keep pace with the customer expectation or omni-channel. So first thing that was hit was the omni-channel experience that we wanted to give. So earlier systems that we had, as you would all have experienced in the earlier era, that omni-channel was not something that was by default available in those systems. They were standalone most of the time. And of course, scalability, once we started growing, it had to be scalable. Once we reached a threshold of 300, 350 stores, we realized that we need to be much more scalable and also quickly being able to onboard or take on the challenges that the retail stores can bring in. So we also had challenges of going global. So it was not only about stores which are in India. It was not only about the stores in India, but also stores in international. So our first store actually came up in Cayman Islands. So this store which we are talking about in India is afterwards. So the first store was in Cayman Islands, where I said we had a very, very rudimentary POS system running there. But from then on, when we moved into the Indian market with the retail stores, we had to look at a lot of things and also integrate, be able to service the global stores as well and upgrade them to this level of service. So again, not being real time and not being able to collate all the data in one place was always going to be a challenge in terms of inventory management. So this is something that we wanted to address. So for us, experience at the store had to be top class. That was our first aim before even we thought of anything else. That a customer who walks into our stores must have the best experience of the stores. So in the digital world, as you know, the expectations are growing rapidly. There are a lot of influences that are there. And when the customer walks into a retail store, those expectations manifest in the way that they want to experience the store. And we wanted to address all of those in an appropriate manner. We wanted a future-ready retail transformation and not just upgrade. So what we decided was to explore what's available in the market, who is there, who are the technology partners that we can go to. So after some evaluation over a period of mostly, I think, 4 or 5 months, when we evaluated several options and partners, we decided to go with Wondersoft. I remember the first conversation I had with Sabhari was that I had the background because we were predominantly a pharma company in the beginning. So we knew that in the pharma industry, many of the retail stores, pharma retail stores, had used Wondersoft as their application for day-to-day operation. And with that background in place and being able to verify all the credentials of Wondersoft, we decided to also explore what other things they were doing. And to our surprise, we found that they were not using pharma, but also they were players in the other verticals as well. And they had a very strong team in their head office. When we seated, I could witness the enthusiasm and the will to go ahead and do a lot of innovative work and not just be happy with what was already happening with the application. So once we started, the phase one, we bought it into a thin offline POS model, because at that time, if you recall, in those days, the internet used to be a little patchy. And to get it completely real time and online would have been a challenge. So once we passed that phase, we came into putting kiosks into some of our hospital based stores. So like I said, the Apollo Cradle and all that, we have a kiosk type of POS there, very small but very efficient kind of kiosk, which runs on even a tab. You don't need a big setup there. The application runs on a tab, a small tab, which is 10.5 inches of a tab, which is used along with a small thermal printer, and it does the job efficiently for us. So that is one more model in which the application works, apart from the regular POS model, which is the regular format that you will see in any retail store. And then when the internet connectivity improved, we transitioned to a cloud-based POS model, which is what we are running today. It's real time, and everything is available online for the HO, for the planners, for the whoever is the movers in the retail store. So as I said, we have stores in India, we have a store in Dubai, and we have a store in Cayman Islands as well. And this is spread across 180 plus locations. So all of these now are available to the retail team in one place. All the data is available. And I would like Sabhari to now share a few things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing details on the implementation at Himalaya. So brief about Wondersoft. So the benefit that they get at Himalaya was the choice of deployment. So today it's an online POS. Earlier it was a offline POS that they had, and seamless integrations and global features. So we are having applications running in about 25 different countries. So just to briefly talk about additional detail, so we are the ones who have pioneered this new concept of a thin offline POS. We talked about in the previous session about synchronization issues, that is offline, and then there's a cloud POS. But we also have this option of a thin offline POS where there's very minimal stuff happening offline without issues of sync, and that's what Himalaya started with before transitioning to a completely cloud-based solution. So the same software, choice of deployment is with the retailer without any compromise on the functionalities or the features or the integrations as well. So we have pretty strong integrations with all the leading ERPs across the globe. We have standard connectors with SAP B1, NetSuite, and we are coming up with a connector for S4HANA as well. And Himalaya uses S4HANA today and moving to RISE. Other than ERP, we also have pretty strong integrations with a lot of other retail complementary solutions like CRM, OMS, your other GSPs and so on. So we have standard connectors for all these different external integrations. And as I said, we also, the software, same software works across multiple countries with a lot of configurable parameters. So multilingual, we have country-specific taxation like Dubai has planet tax integration. You have Kenya, you have fiscal printer related usages and so on. So that's there across multiple markets. And we also work with partners supporting in the local language in these countries. And we have customers in about 25 plus countries. So this is what kind of helped Himalaya choose us. And as Anand sir said, we did start with pharmacy. And it's the same product. We don't have different variants for different verticals, but there are a lot of configurable parameters which allows you to make this application ideally suited for different verticals. So we have real large customers like Samsung with 2,000 stores, Jockey with 1,400 stores, HP with 750 stores, all in different verticals. So it's a single product which addresses the needs of all these different retail domains. I'll switch back. Should I yeah. So maybe I'll just talk about this and then hand it over to Anand sir. So what did we deliver? As he already stressed upon, real-time inventory. There is absolutely no sync-related issues. Everything is real-time available. Single source of inventory for offline and online channels. They get to process online orders at the storefront as well without getting into multiple applications. Promotions engine, that's a very strong suit. You have, I mean, there is no restriction on the number of templates we offer. So you have a lot of flexibility with respect to promotions with the rule engine based promotions engine. Employee discounts, as he said, the campus store, they have employee benefits and every brand has different employee discounts that they offer. We have a rule engine based module that helps them. A lot of integrations, gift cards, CRM. They had a different CRM first and then they moved on, we integrated. And these were deployed in other countries as well. Multiple payments, omni-channel fulfillment. So it's a single solution at the storefront which addresses offline and online channels and very robust integration with SAP as well.
So, hello, I'm audible? Yeah. So, as you can see, is audible?
Yeah, audible, sir.
Yeah. So, the impact of all this is that we have customers who are happier, and there is no hurdle to the scale at which we can expand the retail stores. So the moment a retail store is ready for opening, we are already ready. There is no lag. It's just a click of a button and you are on to the operation cycle. Local teams have data which empowers them to take a lot of actionable insights, and this data is available on data analytics platform integrated at the back end. So with this kind of facilities available, our retail team is very happy, especially the one which we spoke about, the promotion engine, is something that I think it answered every question that the retail team had about promotions. Several permutations and combinations of promotions are available. And whenever we add something which was not there, I think they have also come out and added those promotional aspects into the system. And that is what we also like about Wondersoft, is that they do take the initiative to get into adding features based on customers' input. As I said, they have been an excellent partner for us. It's not that they just do the tech side. We also discuss a lot about how customers are coming into the stores and how we need to tackle the customers' requirements and how tech can enable that. So it's been a very rewarding journey.
Thank you, sir. I think, yeah, we're done. Thank you so much.
We are
sir.
at
Thank
the
you.
end of the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
everybody.
so very much. Well, before we close this segment, over to our jury members for questions, if any. Yeah, can we on the mic?
Is this audible?
Yes.
Yeah. You spoke about integration with, your D2C website, your marketplaces, wherever else you are selling. So could you elaborate a bit on that, and how is that done using the POS system? Like, are you really able to see dashboards with channel-wise contributions? How does that work? I would be keen to know that.
So from operations point of view, I will tell you how we have the orders coming into our system through the Shopify website, which is our D2C channel. And we then integrate it through a small piece of software in between to the POS system of Wondersoft, so that it can be executed from the stores. So that
So
is
it's
the
a pin code based demarcation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that
With inventory
the piece in
integrated.
between does that. It finds out where is the order coming from. So because the location is captured from the e-commerce website, we know from where the order is coming, the location where we have to deliver. And we then zero in on the store's location and then send that request available, make that request available to the stores who then pick it up for accepting that order. And that's how the execution gets done. We also have integrated to the logistics service provider at the store to pick up the order and service it.
So today, how much would be in an offline store, the online contribution average?
I would be very frank, it is not very big. It is probably maybe 5%.
So you still have a centralized distribution for bulk of the Shopify orders?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Do we have any more questions?
So when you say 5% contribution, right, between the offline and online business at the store, obviously there's a difference in the average transaction value. Online would be slightly lower. So as a percentage of number of orders, how many orders are managed by the store, and how does the store manage in terms of packing and all of that, Because it takes away from the store staff's time spent in servicing the customer that actually walks into the store.
Yeah, you're right. But the idea is that if we were to service this from our central depot somewhere sitting, let us say Delhi, and the order is somewhere near, let us say, outer Gurgaon or somewhere else, and we have a store there, and
I'm not questioning the logic or the fact that it helps. I'm saying, how do you manage the service standards at the store then?
so we have some integration with some of the partners who would come and pick it up, and they would actually pack that at the store and take it.
So there's a partner who's coming and picking and packing.
Yeah. So there is a partner.
The billing happens from the store?
Pardon me?
The billing happens from the store?
Yeah, billing.
All right.
So I have a question for Sabhari.
Yeah.
With so much of seamlessness that we speak about, the omni-channel is the elephant in the room, right? And when I see Himalaya, and I use the products, right? But there are like 8 places that channels where I can order a shampoo from Zepto, wellness products from the store itself, and probably in a market or a grocery marketplace, I can order the other stuff. How does the loyalty or CRM get integrated to say that Amisha has bought from all of these places with my phone number?
Yeah, as far as the ownbrand.com is concerned, the same.
That's what everybody does.
Yeah.
I will only track whenever somebody comes on my brand, but to Manish's question, it's not even 5 to 7% of the sale. So the larger ecosystem that we leave out is the ecosystem that we need to track to see the loyalty in terms of whether the customer is coming, buying, what is the repeat cycle. I may come once and buy a shampoo from online, but the next time I may order it from a Zepto. Is there any integration? And I'm talking purely tech. It could be Himalaya, you could give me any other example.
Sure.
Is there an integration that you've done where you actually track the footprint of the customer through all the journeys by a single PIN code, phone number, whatever?
The challenge is that from marketplaces, you would not know who the customer is.
They won't give the data.
They won't give us the
Marketplaces.
customer details.
They
So
will
it's
not
only the
allow them to buy.
brand.com and the offline channel that you can have a seamless experience, a
But
unified
the,
experience.
but the walk-in retail customer and the online customers, we do track them.
Yeah.
So we give them the loyalty.
No, it's not just about the loyalty points. It's about understanding the
Tracking.
consumer journey, right?
Yeah.
And having a single view of the consumer journey.
Yeah.
But
So we'll
do you have any
to.
marketplaces? But you do.
So we'll have to now wrap up
You
the
do any
segment.
marketplaces?
Integration is there.
Wholesale business or as a controlled business? Marketplace.
So we have, when you say e-commerce.
So for example, Amazon.
Yeah, that is a separate channel.
Yeah, no. Do you manage that yourself, or do you manage? Let it be like a wholesale business. You know that you can do a marketplace on Amazon where you can manage as your own business.
Yeah, no, we have not tried that.
Yeah.
So it is basically now directly the Amazon,
Yeah.
because the volumes there are quite different. So I'm very, very high. But for that to be really take that plunge, yeah, but for that we'll have to become a separate tech entity itself to manage that. There's some challenges there.
Just
Ma'am, we'll
one
have to now
last
wrap up
question.
this,
Do you have
segment.
subscription models for both online and offline?
For us,
Yeah, Himalaya.
You're talking about the Himalaya brand.
And Wondersoft also, if you could
Yeah,
elaborate.
we have the software is available on a subscription model. The online and offline is a single application. So it's thin offline or online is a choice of deployment that we give to the retailer. So Himalaya initially started with thin offline and moved to entirely on the cloud. There are like Samsung is entirely on the cloud. Fab India is thin offline. So the pricing is the same, the subscription based pricing for either of the models.